cheers to episode 158.
Mickey Ultra.
Coffee.
I have water.
Alex,
Michelob Ultra for Evan.
Michelob Ultra.
How about
Evan's
this
the man
daylight
tonight.
savings? Still light out there in Michigan?
Yeah.
Nope, it's dark.
It messed me up today.
Still light out here. It's confusing.
So it's nice that the sun doesn't go down till 7:30, but it's kind of sucks that the sun doesn't come up until 8 a.m. That is making
I actually
getting
hate
up in the
that.
morning difficult. If I'm being honest. Well, I already struggled to get up early in the morning, but this makes it more difficult. But I just
Plus,
need to
you
be
lost an
tougher.
hour of sleep.
Plus, I lost an hour of sleep. I need to be mentally tougher, for sure. Today is Monday, March 11th, 8:07 p.m. Eastern, 7:07 p.m. Central Time. Welcome in to the number one all-around sports podcast in the state of Michigan, covering your favorite teams and some national talk, especially today. And the Lions acquired Carlton Davis and Marcus Davenport, which doesn't sound very exciting when I say it out
That's
loud.
your show opener?
That's the opener, Alex. That's what happened with our teams this week.
That was
The Lions get better today.
one of the worst openings I think we've ever had.
In
might have been
158
the worst.
tries, that could have been the worst. Let me try that again. And
No. That's it.
It was a huge day of NFL news, reports, notifications, alerts left and right.
Adam Schefter was in his Duffy this afternoon.
Ian Rappaport close behind.
Okay.
Don't forget about Tom Pelissero.
Great. Your internet is bad today.
Why?
I can't see you. Like if you move around too quick, your whole thing freezes up.
I did get a text from someone that said, "Is the Wi-Fi good in there? Or how's the Wi-Fi?" I said, "Average." Want me to stop? I'm guessing there's some YouTube TV being watched in the living room, which is, that's just what has to happen.
Just bargains.
Yeah. Alex said it's bad.
What are we going to talk about on today's show, Grant?
I'm so glad you asked. We're going to check in with each other's lives, how we're doing as bros. And we're going to discuss the week in college hoops, probably more from a bigger picture perspective, because there wasn't a ton with our two teams that we don't already know. But we'll touch on them a little bit. The Red Wings playing more like the Dead Wings, if I'm right.
Ooh.
Preview the Big Ten tournament, as we always do. Maybe pick some winners, some predictions. Evan doesn't seem thrilled about that. NFL free agency.
So I don't have to watch it.
What we led the show with, deals left and right, deals that caught your eye, moves that we did. And last but not least, the St. Patrick's Day draft, which is going to be a wild ride, I think, because
there's not even that many things to choose from. Like, how many rounds is this?
You kidding
draft?
me, Alex? Come on. Open up
It's
that
like-
brain of yours.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this draft. I'll happily lose.
selfishly, this
It's
is
not
just a
about
draft for
winning
me
and losing.
because I love this holiday. So I said, let's do one with no categories. Do as many of the same one as you want. Get as crazy as you want. So that's the show for you. As always, please rate and review, subscribe. Double check that you're subscribed. You may think you are, but you're not. If you're subscribed on YouTube, please go to Spotify or Apple. Subscribe on there as well, even if you don't listen. Just download the app, subscribe, delete the app. Simple as that. Help us out. Alex, you're going to kick us off with what you did this week. Better be good.
I feel like during the week it was just a pretty normal week. Nothing crazy. Did not do anything riveting. I did so the team I subbed for 2 weeks in golf league, their like championship was Thursday, and they wanted me to go basically just drink with the fellas and watch. I was
Nice.
like, might as well drink some Mickeys. So I watched. Backstory: they've choked and lost in the final like 3 seasons in a row. Basically, like they do like fall, spring, and winter seasons or whatever. It was like the FedEx Cup playoffs. You get a lead going into the 9 holes if based on where you finished first. So they got like a 2-stroke lead, and the team they played against went 9 under on 9 holes, and they went 6 under and lost on the last hole. And
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Needless to say, it was dark. They were very disappointed, and I was just like, man, that is a bummer.
Question about the simulator leagues. So are they more intense and more ripe for shit talking? Because you don't get to spread out over a golf course. You're like confined in this box, and you have to like take
everybody
turns.
has like it's like everybody has like their own like personal like movie theater. That's how it feels. Like there's a bunch of chairs and like couches, and everyone's just sitting there, and then the screen's in front. So yeah, it's very close, and then it's very awkward. Like sometimes people hit bad shots, and the other team's like has to be quiet to be like excited about it because like you're just sitting next to each other. So it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
The last like 3 holes, it was just like dead quiet. But when this dude made the putt, he was like doing like jumping jacks. He was jumping up and down, like running around. He threw his putter towards the screen after he made it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
He threw his putter at the screen.
He was like chucked it forward.
It's a little insulting that the simulator league is as big as it is when you guys have pretty good year-round weather. It seems
that's what I was saying. I was like, why do we play in this? And they're like, well, in the winter it still gets dark early. Like you can't really play. So that makes sense. You can't really play after work. But now, like there's a summer one that they might be playing in. I was like, why would you play in that? You just play outside. And they're like, oh, it's too hot. I was like, Texas people.
Are you gonna form your own team, or are you just gonna keep trying to get a sub on this?
No, because we play actual golf, like the people I play with, like actual outside golf, like a decent amount. So I don't need to be on a simulator league. I feel like it just messes you up. So that was Thursday. I didn't have work today, and I played golf. So a lot of golf here. Golf Club of Houston is where I played.
PGA Tour Burt Evans. Gross. This kid used to work hard.
What? Okay.
It's our running bit that you don't work anymore.
Yeah. Right. So I had today off, played golf. Golf Club of Houston, which is hosting a live golf tournament in June. So I got to play
public or was it private?
It's public. The live course they're playing is public. There's some like hot deal on Golf Now that we booked like a month ago because we knew we had this day off. It's like $77, usually $130.
Wow,
pretty good deal.
Nice.
So played there.
Score?
Hot start. I mean, I was playing well. Through 14.
And it all comes crumbling down.
Through 13. So on 13, I made like a 30-footer for birdie. So I was 3 over through 13.
You threw your putter just like Twitch.
No.
You were in shorts?
I made a 30-footer. Yeah, I was shorts and polo.
Nice. Getting ready for the live tournament. I like that.
70 degrees, sunny. Made birdie, so it was like 3 over through 13. I was like, I'm really cooking. I'm 1 under on the back 9 right now. We're looking good. I think I parred the next 40. Yeah, I parred the next one, and then the final 4 holes, just disaster, and I shot 80. So pump 2 in the water on 18. Hardest hole for the live players and the PGA players, so makes sense why it got me too.
Are you going to watch the live event now to compare yourself to the boys?
I might go to it just for fun.
Hell
just to see how it is. But I'm not a live supporter.
Were you playing from the tips?
No. They were like building a couple tee boxes to be further back to make it more challenging. It's like,
hell
Jesus Christ. But yeah, so I played the PGA event they're hosting in a couple weeks. I played that course. I shot 80. Played the live one, shot 80. So, basically like...
You're better than Anthony Kim.
Yeah, I guess. Scotty Scheffler is playing in the Houston Open here in a couple weeks. It's like 5 feet from where I live, so I think I'll head over and watch Scotty play some golf.
Just placed a bet on him to win the
Scotty
Masters.
doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
What is the date of the Masters? April 4th? Something like that?
It's the weekend after. No.
I don't know.
After that.
Is that after the Final Four?
Week after that.
The Final Four's that weekend.
7th. Yeah, it's always the after. It's a week after the Final Four.
No, wait. I think the Final Four is that weekend.
No,
Final Four is
at the same time.
April the 2nd's a Tuesday, 3rd.
They can't both be on CBS.
6th, 7th.
I know.
CBS wouldn't
Final
do
Four
that.
is the first weekend of March, which is like the 7th and 8th, 9th.
The Final Four is April 5th.
So the Masters is the following week.
Yes.
And then the draft is the following week.
No, draft is a week after that. It's in the 20s.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be the terms.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It'd be
Week
28th.
after?
my birthday.
The Masters
The
is the
12th?
20th, and
Draft
then
is
the
the week after.
28th. Alex.
Anyways, that's what I did.
Yeah,
Played a while.
Scotty changed his putter, and he learned how to putt now because he's got a mallet.
Oh,
Yeah,
just a little betting tip.
Putt.
Nice. Evan, your week?
Week off, transition in between sports.
Oh.
I really
No
didn't do
work?
much.
No,
Somebody
work
has to
for
keep the
people
lights
in this
on.
world. Thank God
Work
Grant's
was not really that big of a highlight. Not much to talk about with work. I'm trying to think of something exciting to talk about. No, not really. Today was
Did you knock anything off your list with all this free time? It sounds like yeah.
no, because Wednesday
just
was-
watch Dune 2 6 times.
What did I?
Did you see it
I'm
again?
watching
Like you were
Survivor.
thinking about?
I'm watching Survivor, so live for like
It's like
Survivor
an hour a
46. Yeah. Well, this actually episode was an hour and a half.
Evan's living in 1997.
You know what I
it's a new
realized
show
about
called Survivor.
reality TV? Because I remember, we all used to watch it when we were like kids. You'll watch Survivor, like Amazing Race, whatever.
Mhm.
I didn't watch
Just like your
Amazing Race.
family in the living room,
That's better
like
than
shit like that. And I tried to like watch something like that the other day. There's so many commercials.
Yeah.
So many. It's like over half of the entire like hour it's on is like commercials. I was like, how did I ever do this?
Not more than half, Alex.
It feels like it, Evan.
So the Survivor episode I just watched was like an hour and 22 minutes. So there's 38 minutes of commercials in the two, because on TV it's 2 hours long.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
we
big.
have
That's
streaming services. I'm just gonna wait till it comes out.
Still ads there. Not to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's no ads
I
on
think of
Netflix.
what I did though.
not on Netflix, but on Hulu and HBO Max there are. I learned that the hard way this
HBO
weekend.
Max
Know what
has
I
ads?
did though. There was
when
something
you
like
watch
significant
movies.
I did.
There's ads during Dune.
I just
Happened
watched
this
Dune
weekend.
last night and I had no ads.
You watched the original Dune?
The Dune Part 1 I watched because I was like, I gotta go back and see if this movie was really 6.2 like you said. I thought it was better than that.
6.1. 6.1.
I thought it was better than that. There's a lull though.
Anything else?
Anyways,
Owen?
continue. If there's anything else you have.
No, I'm trying to think. No, I don't have anything. Today sucked, but other than that,
And you didn't knock
can't
anything
talk
off.
about it. Got to move on.
That's right. Survive in advance. That's what March is
No,
about.
because nobody cares. Nobody deep down really cares that
Honestly,
much.
other than your family and close friends, yeah, no one does care.
You got
a
into
harsh
this
reality
mess.
of
You
life.
got to get yourself out of it. So that's just how it works.
Yeah,
I like your I was thinking, I don't know if you've seen the kid that just got hired full time by Barstool, who is an Ohio girls basketball coach. It's like if he does a really good job there, that might pave the way for Evan to get us in. Maybe they just start hiring
Hiring
basketball coaches from different high schools because they're
Oh,
greedy.
breaking
I guess
news.
Friday I went out to the local watering hole with some friends. Friends of the podcast.
There's one thing you did this weekend.
So that Friday night was actually comical. Text messages Alex, you said the text message in the group chat was one of the top 5 funniest text messages of all time that I had to screenshot it just so I could save that text message for the rest of my life.
What was it?
My personal favorite was "Kill him now."
Yeah. Yeah, I knew you'd like that one.
Oh my god, I died laughing.
It's just so... It only makes sense to people who saw how aggressive it was. Oh my God.
I forgot about
So
that.
funny. So Friday night was a good night.
Dude, oh my God. Evan, what do I do for a leg cramp?
But where at?
My whole legs. This is my
I have
whole
leg cramp.
Like thigh.
Stretch
I have
it.
leg
Gotta
cramp.
stretch it.
Like stretch it
stretch
out.
your calf
I feel like
first.
it's making it... All right, it's going away. That was horrendous. I need more bananas. More
That's
potassium.
you.
So Friday was
Breaking news, Evan. You posted on Instagram.
Oh, yes. Got some fits off.
I posted on Instagram. That's what
It's a
it's
big
there
deal,
for.
Evan. For guys like us, that's a big deal.
Dying.
True, it is, because that was the first post I've had probably in almost over a year or something like that. We don't post.
This
we
guy,
don't post
Alex,
it.
Oh,
this
here,
guy
guys,
takes
some-
off work. He has work off. He golfs. I like the shoes. I didn't know you had those shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great fit.
The first-
Evan. That's a great fit. That quarter zip is nice.
That was a gift for coaching. Coach's apparel.
Also,
about the
Evan,
shoes? Did you go out and get
khakis
those?
are kind of baggy.
I did get those shoes, but they were very discounted price from personal friends.
Your khakis are too baggy, man.
They're not khakis. Oh, the actual khakis.
Yeah.
Talking about the last
Yeah, I
picture.
bought those
have
like
those
years
up now.
ago, and I like really have only worn those like a couple times.
Like, I know you have nice golf pants. I was like, why is Evan wearing those?
I don't have nice khaki golf pants. That's just a fact.
Well, I think you should add that to your Christmas list. My leg's still dying, by the way.
Alex,
Just-
I'm not a pants golfer. I don't like wearing pants during golf.
I know, but you have to wear pants
He's
to
a live
school,
guy.
don't you?
Yeah, but I can wear jeans if I really want to, and I wear jeans, or I wear. To be honest, I wear like
I don't
my
have a
Lulu.
nice pair of khakis, so
Alex, I wear like Lulu like joggers not most of the days, but some of the days.
that's pretty nice. Like
Yeah.
Those are
ABC
probably great
sweatpants?
days.
Yes,
Oh, that's nice.
Alex, that probably happens like 2 to 3 times a week. Depends on how I'm feeling.
Evan, I'm kind of concerned. I'm still dying down here. Do you have any tips for this?
You gotta
This leg cramp?
stretch.
Yeah.
It won't go away.
Wait, Alex, you just have
Stretch
to
your
flex
calf,
your toes
bro.
back. Flex your toes
I
back
am
towards you. That's
doing
all you
that.
have to
You
do.
gotta
It's
get
like
your toes
my-
towards your stomach.
Yes.
But anytime I like try to go back to normal, it immediately starts cramping again.
Drink water.
Eat some mustard.
The odd thing about these pants, Evan, is that they're looser on the ankles, but I think they're
They're boot cut.
yeah.
They're
But
like
are you
from
looking at
2008.
Alex? I think you need to look. They're not loose there.
Oh, I can't reach my phone right now, but I will check in a second.
Being dramatic. Anyways, I watched
Dude, I don't think you understand.
Dune Part 1. Gave my review of 6.1 out of 10. I'm hoping to see Part 2 in the coming week in theaters, as I was recommended to by everyone. So we'll see how that goes. And then Saturday, I didn't do a ton. Did some chores, watched some college hoops. Sunday, nothing crazy either. It's a pretty relaxing weekend, I would be honest.
Alex, you
Is
need
it
to lay
true
on the
that
floor. Lay on the floor, back on the floor, but your feet and your butt are up against the wall, so your legs are up against the wall.
So, like, as if I was sitting like this, but just my feet are up against the wall. My
Your feet are literally up against the wall. You're staring at your feet
like
up against
up
the wall.
vertically.
Yes.
All right, go for it. Grant, is it true all your friends
you-
ditched you and didn't go to the bar crawl this weekend, including
Couldn't
Evan?
get anyone.
Which sounds like he didn't do anything anyways.
I'm on that.
No,
week.
Evan.
Alex,
Evan-
actually, I couldn't do anything because I didn't have a card all weekend.
Oh, that's fair.
Correct.
You guys see me? You see
No.
my legs?
Nope.
Yeah, I might have to make up for it and do some drinking this weekend because I guess this weekend's actually St. Patrick's Day, so we'll see what happens.
This feels great.
It's kind of hard to do a show when the third person is just like dicking around in their room.
Dude, I'm just trying to stretch it out. I wasn't.
Now, we had some compliments over last podcast. Now this is podcasting right here. This is elite podcast.
I figured you guys would have more to talk about, but it sounds like you don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah. We're sliding into the week in college hoops. Duke UNC was an electric factory. First of all, I kept getting annoyed. I think our friend Cormac has to change his pronunciation to Cormac because that kid is a weapon, and they kept calling him that. He was sweet. There was a funny tweet that a beat writer put out about him. He hit his first 2 threes, and there was a Duke fan that was pestering him out of the gate. And after the second one he hit, he looked at him and said, "Yeah," and ran down the floor. And that's good stuff from Cormac Ryan. Breaking news.
That was no.
Evan, you alluded to scumbag. What was the most scumbag thing you saw out of Duke University that night?
Another player trying to trip another player out of the play. I'm just luckily Kyle Filipowski. Thank you. Was able to use his legs after that court storming incident. Just thank God he's even just healthy to walk up and down the court. Yeah, but it's just
everyone's bit.
The fact that the media is going to run with that, then there's crickets when he's actually out here tripping people as a dirty play.
I haven't heard from Jay Billis yet. He may have said something about it, but I haven't personally heard about it. He
quote-tweeted somebody, but I don't think it was that. He quote-tweeted somebody this week about something.
I'm refusing to see what Jay Billis said that upset you guys.
There's so
I'm a Jay Billis fan. It's just Jay Billis said to arrest all these students that were.
I didn't want to know. That's what I just said. I didn't want to know what he said.
And he more came off super know-it-all because Big Cat said a word like disingenuous. And he goes, "I don't think you know how you're using that word." Kind of like how you talk to us sometimes, Alex. He just came off like he knew everything. And it's like, all right, dude, relax.
This text message on Saturday, Alex, when I'm trying to ask you a serious question, Alex doesn't get the question. And so I just move on.
I owned up to it. I said, "I'm sorry, I was wrong."
I moved on. It doesn't help that Cody jumped in and also didn't get the question.
Yes. Made me feel better.
I had already moved on. That's why I instantly was like, good game in Knoxville right now. Just move on.
Can we actually just talk about that question?
No.
Why? I think now is a good time to talk about it.
Beers on the golf course?
Here's a question for everybody out there. Only on the golf course, when you're in between the fairways, you're hitting the greens, you're smacking the ball around.
Course.
Only on your course, in between the lines, however you want to do it. Only on the course. In all the years that you have been playing golf, do you think you've lost more golf balls playing golf? Or do you think you've drank more beers playing golf?
Does it have to be beer specifically, or just alcohol?
I'm gonna say beers only.
Balls. I've lost more balls.
12-ounce cans or bottles. Cans or bottles?
Balls. It's balls.
See now it changes your opinion.
Because high school golf. That's a lot of golf.
You guys could be beers though. You play in a golf league. I don't play. There's no chance I've drank.
I played high school golf. There's no way. It's 4 years of playing golf with no drinking.
Alex, you get us on the correct night. We lose 3 balls per hole, one hole.
I can easily pump 3 out between 4 and 6.
Yes,
4 out, 5 out, or 3
it's not even hit them out of bounds. It's also the ones that you just hit.
I've hit 3 out on number 1 before. I can't drink 20 beers.
We're in our mid to late 20s. If you ask us this question in 30 years, I think it's beers because I feel like old people never lose golf balls from whenever I play.
When you quit hitting it far and you just hit it, you just find the consistent stroke where you hit it 210 right down the fairway, and then you hit another one 205 with a different club, and you're still sitting 150 yards out.
In high school, I was a shrimp and I couldn't hit the ball far. I never lost golf balls, but
now you're so big and jacked and
strong. I lost 3 today, but I didn't drink anything. So there you go. There's 3 more balls and 0 beers.
Yeah, definitely balls. For the Duke thing, so pathetic that just the video of their students throwing liquid and water and beer, whatever it was, on the UNC players as they left. And then you get the image of Jon Scheyer walking up to the camera and crazy, just going, I'm sorry we lost on your senior night. It was so pathetic.
He didn't say it like that. There's no way.
That's how, yes, I'm sorry. And like grab their hands. Like, I'm sorry.
Play better defense.
What is this? And I liked Jon Scheyer when he got hired. I think that's just what Duke does to people. I think you can't escape that.
I think it's a mindset.
Jon Scheyer is a Duke.
Cameron Indoors is overrated. It's overrated. I'm sick of it.
You've never been in
5,000 arena. It's been overrated. Has been overrated. Like if Duke wants to make money, they would build a 25,000 seat arena, and they would sell it out every single home game.
But they're better than everyone, Evan. That's why they can't. They want to
have a shitty arena that you just mask around with like other facilities. That's stupid. We got great tradition here. Kids don't care about tradition anymore.
That's probably
I'm sorry. I'm sorry
we lost on your senior night. So, well, according to Jay Billis and a bunch of other people, those fans shouldn't even get to step on the court because they haven't earned it.
That's so true. That's a good point. Why is he apologizing to them? Because
they're not important.
They're
not
even
even
worth anything.
Involved in the game.
Yeah, obviously Cameron Indoor's not that tough because I feel like UNC's been winning a lot there recently.
Watts won there.
Julius Marble was perfect from the field in that arena.
Actually, one of the worst Michigan State basketball teams ever won at Duke.
Alex, did you see the Jon Scheyer clip? With the way you acted, like you were like, no, I don't think you've seen it.
There's no way he said it the way you did it. That's all I was saying. But I didn't see it. I don't have Twitter.
Look at this.
Oh, God. I saw it in North Carolina at the end of the game. I could when you were doing
so. They're he's coming here in a second. Here he comes.
Those were the people that were throwing it. You have to go middle.
Grab their hands. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was pathetic.
What about those kids? Those kids should be arrested for assaulting athletes.
100%.
All right, let's move on from Duke. No cares.
The other great bad blood lady hoops fight with fans jumping on the court.
Oh, God,
so good. So good.
I'm in the middle of sweating out Michigan State, Indiana.
We were down to 17 at that point when that Grant sent that clip, and I was like, I need to watch this.
And I just can't believe people are watching the women's game over Michigan State basketball. And I was like, what is going on? It scrolled through Twitter, instantly saw the first 5 things were videos, watched them. I was like, holy crap.
Lady Hoops is so good this year that little inside our viewing situation we didn't turn the volume of the Michigan State game on until that game was over because that was just must-watch television. Lady Hoops is dominating right now. Their Final Four is going to blow the men's out of the water if the best teams get there.
Depends who's in the men's. Like last year, for sure. If it's like last year's Final Four, then yeah, the women's. But I did watch the Iowa-Nebraska game, and I was like, yeah, this is good stuff. This is entertaining. Mm-hmm. I'm actually enjoying watching this. And I said that last year when I watched their historic run to the championship game. I know Grant's a Caitlin Clark hater, Iowa hater, but I root for them.
Did you guys see her Kobe Bryant photo recreation for winning the Big Ten tournament?
I realized that because a lot of athletes have done that, recreate bullshit.
Ayo Dosunmu did that when they won the Big Ten title, I think, for Illinois.
I feel like a lot of basketball players do it for whatever reason. Apparently that is a real moment of Kobe Bryant sitting there being sad because his parents didn't come to the finals. That's what that picture was. And all these people are just recreating a very sad, poor moment in Kobe's life. Except it's a great moment at the same time.
That feels like it has to be fact checked. I've never heard that until you said it.
I saw someone say that, and I was like, oh, maybe. So if that's true, interesting. If not true, then
I just don't think that's a conference tournament championship photo. That's
national championship.
Especially if you've won it 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
It's
something you just
Big
do.
Ten regular season.
You beat a 5 seed. You didn't
You
even
wake
beat
up and
Ohio
do it.
State.
You don't think someone was like, "Hey, Caitlin, take the Kobe picture"? You think she was just like,
Absolutely,
"Oh,
I think
do it."
some. I think
I guarantee
someone told her
she
to
was
do
like,
it.
somebody, please take this picture of me. Take this picture of me.
Why do you guys hate people that are good at sports? It's
That's
just
not true.
always.
I never
love
said
Amon-Ra
one
St.
thing.
Brown. I love
She's
Amon-Ra
a
St.
bucket.
Brown. She is. It
She's a-
feels just like LeBron Alex. I'm sitting there hating, and she just puts daggers in my heart.
Dude,
She's
her
so good at
shooting
basketball.
blows my mind. She's just so good.
That step back, I
couldn't
was like,
believe-
what could I do with that? I can't do anything with that.
Our friend Cormac, he cannot beat her, dude. There's no way. He can't.
No.
He would
No.
not.
No.
I mean, Evan, you're a basketball coach. Like, he's not beating her.
Well, there's a lot of stupid coaching situations that happen at the end of like shot clocks and end of quarters. Like you just double team her, make her pass it. There's a make her pass it. There's like end of the shot clock violation. Like the closest defender off ball, just go double team. See what she does.
Dude, women's basketball defense is horrendous. It's horrendous. They don't cover the perimeter at all. Like they just get nickeled and dimed on screens too. Like if there's a screen, like you're free run to the basket. It's a layup. It's
I think
just
because they say good screens though. They sent like fundamental screens where
girls
men
are
like don't do that because they're
not
over
as
it. They don't want to set
strong,
screens.
I guess, so they can't really get through the screens probably either. But I just feel like in women's basketball, it's like wide open three or layup. It's it, which is entertaining because they just score every time.
But that's how you're supposed to play. You guys have been brainwashed by Michigan State shooting 95% mid-range jumpers that aren't what's valued in the sport anymore.
We don't like watching them.
It's pretty.
We do not like watching them.
Indiana State was a great game. I was about to go into Kroger, and it was so good that I had to sit in my car and watch it on my phone to see how it. I
was right. They were dead.
Good stuff.
But they weren't.
I was right.
Our teams, some sad stats about Michigan. They had the worst season in program history officially, which is kind of crazy because they've been a program.
You guys are winners. You guys won in a lot of ways.
I saw one clip where it was like the whole Michigan defense just was like out at the 3-point line, and then the dude just dribbles in for a layup.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this defense?
You're on Twitter. I know you're on Twitter.
Instagram. You still got reels.
Yeah, you want to talk about no defense in women's basketball.
This is horrendous. Horrendous.
No one picks up ball, and it's Tomanaka too. They're like, nah, go ahead, buddy.
You just go for a layup, dude. Don't need anybody there.
This was basically the recap of the entire season in a tweet from Zach Shaw. Michigan men's basketball regular season 23 losses, most in program history. 17 Big Ten losses, most in program history. Worst win percentage since 1961. First last place finish since 1967. Lost 9 games by 15 plus points versus only 8 wins on the year. Most points per game allowed since 2000. That's a lot in one tweet. And however many characters you're allowed to type out, that's a lot.
One Michigan fan said to me that they weren't sure if this. It's sad to say they don't know if this is even going to be rock bottom, that it could potentially be worse next year.
Yeah, that's not an unfair thing to say.
I don't know where. You could have everybody leave. You could have nobody come in, and you could have no recruits.
It's just got to the point where there's no juice or pulse in the program where, like, for anyone, I think, to really care about the team and, like, try to fill Chrysler again, they'd have to start Big Ten play, like, 10-0 with how much people just don't care about them anymore.
There's like 4 people at senior day.
I know, it's sad because it's a proud program that was awesome for a decade under Beeline, and now it's just like I've probably watched 20 minutes of Michigan basketball this entire season.
I feel like if Michigan State was that bad, would never be that empty in the Breslin.
I saw people talking about this, and I just completely disagree with that. I think if anything's that bad, people will not go. afterwards.
People were that bad at football. People go to those games, including Evan Cadmus, yours truly on the show.
Football is a much different sport where there's less of them, and it's a weekly tradition in people's life. 2,
there's other activities.
Opposing fans help.
Like you go to the tailgate.
Tailgating, I get that.
I mean, there's been everyone has bad screen grabs. It would take a long time with how much Michigan State has built up to get to that point. Like, you'd have to be bad after Izzo leaves. Let's say you're bad. And people would never do that to Izzo. Izzo would have to be gone, and the next coach would have to be terrible, and it had to be like year 3, and they're like 3-20, and people would not show up. That's 100% a fact.
I guess more so under Izzo, if we were 6-20 right now, I feel like people would still go just because he earned that. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, but only for so long. I mean, that's just people will turn if it's bad over.
I mean, our whole family's already turned, Grant. What do you mean? They all want him gone.
Also depends on how the losses are. A lot of Michigan's losses, as you saw by that, were like 20 points or more. So it just is like not even good games a lot of the time.
Yeah, they're just a bad basketball team.
Yeah.
See if Juwan's on the way out.
I guess we'll see. Yeah. I almost subscribed to our guy, Shirley Donovan, is running he runs like a paid service now for portal and coaching rumors, and I've debated subscribing for like 2 months to kind of get some news here for the portal season.
I can get you that news, Grant.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, because people just like hate for his thing, and then they post it, and then I just read it.
But I want to know about everything, not just Midwest.
Well, then yeah, maybe you should.
MSU splits, gross offensive games. I didn't really see anything from Northwestern. I don't think there's anything from the actual games. I don't know if anything changed for you guys big picture wise. It's just that's what happened this week in Michigan State hoops. Feels like we're just kind of stuck in a cycle.
Why is Porter Moser, the Loyola coach that went to Oklahoma, that Evan's kind of afraid of, leaving for DePaul?
Whoa. He's leaving Oklahoma for DePaul?
What's the date? March 11th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dick Weiss, is that a real guy? Can't be a real guy, right?
Sounds like it.
Dude, if that's
Dick
true,
Weiss.
the Big East is so sick. Oh my God. We're the best conference.
Guy knows Chicago from his time at Loyola. He is beloved here. Makes a lot of sense.
Chicago. Oh, wow.
DePaul's in Chicago.
There is some
real?
buzz. There's a lot of rumors going around. That's so sick if they got him.
Oklahoma is pretty second.
They
fiddle.
fired their head coach. He's like the number 1 candidate on their list, Alex.
It sounds like it's happening, though.
Yeah, DePaul job's been open the whole year. They fired their coach in the first couple of weeks of the season. They've won 3 games, I think, this year. They didn't win a game in the Big East. They went 0 for 20.
He has a $7 million buyout for Oklahoma.
Wow, DePaul paying the bag. This would be huge for the conference. Love that. Love that.
Yeah,
Evan, are you worried about the Red Wings?
I am worried about the Red Wings, sir.
Me too.
Outside looking in now.
The momentum ride wave has hit a brick truck. It sucks to when the momentum ride hits a brick wall on a road trip and you're wheeling, you're getting outscored like 28-8. Goal differential is horrendous. Goaltending is subpar.
Just not competitive.
You could say that you're just not competitive. It's correct. It's hockey season. It's a long season, but we had a comfortable lead in the playoff. Like, okay, you can mess up here and there, but now it's completely gone.
We're out. We're not even in.
Correct. It's gone. Now it's a playoff race, and everybody's going to argue.
Dude.
Yeah, everybody's going to argue about Yzerman should have made a deal at the trade deadline, but clearly in Yzerman's deal and what he said, he would rather hold on to the draft picks and the depth rather than giving up
It worked out for the Lions at the NFC Championship game.
And the market for said players on the trade deadline is almost too much to ask, and I don't blame them for it. When you're giving up multiple picks, a prospect and like a first rounder, but also then you have the old heads that are saying first rounds don't mean anything, first rounders don't mean anything. You can argue that nowadays with the talent, getting bigger, faster, stronger, that prospects are moving up the rankings a little bit faster in some organizations than others. So first-round picks still matter, depending on who you are.
First-round picks matter.
And you can never have enough picks, so if you have a first-round pick, it's nice to hold on to. We're not Ken Holland. We don't just give up first picks.
You can have too many picks. That's the Thunder.
I don't think they do.
They need more.
They could always use more.
You said we hit a truck. We ran into a truck.
Brick truck.
Some could say we ran into a priority waste management truck.
We crashed into a dump truck.
Into a trash pickup
and
truck.
Is a bad look, bad luck.
Alex, you owe me an apology because you told me when I sounded the alarms after the Larkin injury not to worry about the Red Wings. And I told you I was worried.
I was going to apologize. I was literally about to get to that.
You were actually the reason we lost.
Dude, you guys acted like I said, let's go Red Wings, like after they, I thought you said that you were disliked my message because I said it after they had lost. Like I was rooting against them. I said that when they scored to go 2-1 to see if you were awake watching it because it's on national TV.
It's premature.
I didn't know what the thing was for. I didn't know if it was for a goal or if it was just for a win.
It's for when they win only. It's for after they get a victory. Let's go Red Wings. Or if it's against the Blues and you score 4 goals in the first period, then you can say it, obviously. But 2-1 game on the road against the Avalanche primetime, premature.
Well, I was the only one watching it, so.
No, I was watching it, and then I fell asleep. And
the Avalanche one?
I just knew
Avalanche puck line, so I
just
money
knew
on
Grant was going to win money.
You bet on every game, so it's not really impressive when you win stuff.
It's not true. I bet on like 2 Red Wings games this year.
You bet on every single sporting event.
It's not true. I'm very calculated.
You bet on pickleball.
Nope. Here's the skinny on the Red Wings' upcoming schedule because I feel like I'm very in tune with what's going to happen. We need to win 3 of our next. We need to win 4 of our next 5, which would set up a juicy matchup versus the Islanders. We have Buffalo twice, which I believe is bad. Or are they okay? Buffalo good.
Middle of the pack. They're okay, but they're bottom tier.
Okay, and then we
should
have
be winnable.
Blue Jackets and Coyotes, who suck. I know those teams
just
suck.
Play the Coyotes, and some people are arguing that was the worst performance of the Red Wings the last 4 years.
Oof.
Felt
just because of circumstances and stuff like that, like must win, and you showed up just dull to a 5,000 seat arena.
Buffalo is 500, so you have 2 games versus 500 teams, the same team, and then you have Coyotes, Blue Jackets, and then you have the Penguins in the middle of all that. We need to win 4 of those 5 to set up a showdown with the Islanders on March 21st with big implications. So we're okay. We just need to get going fast.
You get back on that.
Larkin should be back either before probably after this Buffalo game. I think, because we said it's going to be 4 to 5 games because it was 2 weeks. So he should be back very soon if he's on time. And we'll be good. But, Evan.
Since it's cool to be like the first one to say that you're going to lose or you're out or you're dead, Red Wings are dead. I'm jumping on the trend. All my other friends do it, so I'll do it. Red Wings are dead.
We can't take you seriously, though, because the other last year, you're like, oh, no, they're fine. Stop overreacting to an injury.
Well, that's how dumb these takes are. So Red Wings are dead.
Evan, as part of you, I don't want to say rooting for them to miss the playoffs, but as a sigh of relief, knowing you just took a big financial burden and playoff tickets are going to be expensive, and you've told everyone for 5 years you're going to go no matter what.
Let's be honest, I don't think you can go. I don't think
I can either. I can't afford it. I literally was just like, when they told me the price, I was like, well, I'm not going to Boston. I'm not going to an SEC football game. And then the playoffs, and I was like, well, at least I don't have to go to playoff games.
You're going to the SEC football game. That'll be your one thing.
What do you guys think when you look at this? What are your early thoughts and predictions?
I think I don't care.
What a freaking waste. What a waste of a freaking Sunday.
I think I don't care.
Maryland, win. Penn State, win. Michigan State, win. Wisconsin, win. Iowa, win. Penn State beats Indiana. It's the first upset. Purdue.
You're bitter. You're bitter after the last game.
Northwestern loses to Wisconsin. Illinois beats Iowa again. And Cinderella story. Penn State beats Nebraska to go to the semifinals.
Penn State's not beating Nebraska. I think Indiana's going to be in the semifinals. Wisconsin.
and Illinois spanks Penn State, and we got Purdue, Illinois, and Purdue beats Illinois for a third time. Purdue. So that. But
I'll be happy. I'll be cheering for Ohio State after Michigan State loses on Thursday.
Yeah, we could easily lose Thursday. I'm not watching. I don't even care.
It's hometown team.
My only surprising upset I could see is I don't think it's surprising if Northwestern or Nebraska lose their first game. I think, they get the double bye, but they're not like great teams by any means. I think the winner of Ohio State, Iowa is really alive to beat Illinois. So I think that could be a big upset in the tournament. That's about it.
Iowa could win the whole thing. They're just like, sometimes they just shoot the lights out.
You guys beat Minnesota. Are you talking yourselves into a neutral court upset versus Purdue?
Minnesota has been getting smacked around lately. They've been terrible. So you should win that. And then when you play Purdue, you probably keep it interesting for like 30 minutes again.
6 points at Mackey. You got to be thinking.
Well, no, we'll keep it interesting, and then we'll be like, oh, maybe we'll be pretty good at the tournament. We lost by 3 to Purdue in the quarterfinals. And then we'll lose to
Who's not even going to make the Elite Eight?
Yeah, no, we're not beating Purdue.
Gotta wait for the draw, Evan. Gotta wait for the draw.
Might not even beat Minnesota. Might not even make the tournament.
It's not going to happen, but if Michigan were ever to go to the semifinals as a 14 seed, I think this is the best draw you could ask for.
So stupid. We should be the 6. We should be down there right now as the 6. It's just so.
Yeah. That's a good side of the bracket to be on down there.
That's
good living.
We couldn't finish in Bloomington. Not only that, we went from noon game. We had a 9:00 game where we will all be able to watch it to noon, where no one's going to be able to watch.
Noon on Big Ten Network. No streaming service available.
What are the vibes if you guys lose to Minnesota and then there's like 3 bid stealers in other conferences?
We'll be
safely in
playing game.
Well, thank God we beat Indiana State, so we have the head-to-head on them.
Dude, when they flashed that as good wins this year, I chuckled. I'm not gonna lie, I chuckled.
Before our game, I was like, "Well, that's not a good win anymore. They didn't even win their conference."
It was quad 1 for a while.
It was Baylor, Illinois, and Indiana State, and I was like, I can't believe Indiana State's on this graphic right now.
It could just be a bunch of mid teams.
Where's the Matrix have you at?
It's loading.
10?
We moved up to a 9 after we beat Northwestern, like close to the 8 territory.
We was down to a 10. How do we get to a 10?
It's almost better if we fall to the top 11.
You know what? Give us a playing game.
No, I want to skip the playing game, but top 11 would be great.
I don't give a shit.
Free basketball.
Give us the 11. That way we get to play a shit ass 6. We get to play Utah State, beat the shit out of them, get to play a sorry ass 3. Let's do it. Let's run it. Let's play Kansas as a 3. Boom.
Yeah, that's been the route.
The 11 is the path.
The 11 is perfect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel good.
6s are always the mid-majors that everybody's like, they have a chance to make it, and then they lose their first or second game.
Do you guys know the only 11 to be favored in a first-round matchup?
Michigan
over Colorado State. They were favored to win.
It's just mid-majors. Utah State's going to be a 6. St. Mary's is going to be a 6. And,
the whole Mountain West is 6s.
Yeah, because
Colorado State might be a 6, and they finished 8th in their conference. How does that work?
I was looking at Colorado State. They were losing at one point to Air Force again.
The Mountain West, they think, is the greatest conference in the world. They're all just going to make the tournament because they beat each other. I don't.
Hey, James Madison made the tournament. Good loss.
It's a tournament loss right there. What a joke we are.
My prediction to win this thing, it's lame as hell, but I think Purdue will win. That's not really.
Here's your bubble. Here's your bubble update.
I think Purdue will win.
The boys' bubble update, sponsored by AJ Hogarth. All right.
Sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Let's start with the 6s because that matters to us now. Utah State, Wisconsin, Washington State, Dayton.
I told you, they're all just mid-majors.
Just get to yours.
Texas Tech. Garbage. The 9s. Nah, we're not a 9. The 10s. TCU, number 1. Michigan State, Mississippi State, Seton Hall. We're a 9.69 average.
Nice.
So yeah, we're still safely in. We're probably safely in with a loss. The Northwestern game pretty much clinched it in.
Safely in with a loss to Minnesota is so gross, and the fact that the win over Northwestern 53-49 is safely in is also such a gross thing to say out loud.
You beat another bubble team.
That's so gross.
Yeah, it's gross. But college basketball this year, this is how it is. We read this every week, and you look at these teams; they all suck.
That's why women's is better right now. It's got more juice.
Wisconsin has the same record as us, and they're a 6 seed.
They just
the metrics
beat us twice.
Oh, Evan, but they're not 4 seeds higher than us because they beat us twice. That doesn't make any sense.
Let's shift to the Mecca.
16 teams.
The biggest sport in the entire
Bulldogs
world.
have a brutal draw. They're not.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about them.
You don't even care.
No, we're talking about the free agency now.
You said the Mecca.
Yeah, football.
Madison Square
NFL
Garden.
American football is the Mecca.
Butler at Madison Square Garden. When do they play?
Oh,
Thursday?
I forgot my recap.
Play Wednesday night against Xavier. Winner plays UConn.
Crosstown rival.
If we do beat UConn, we're in though, which would be huge. Like if we somehow beat UConn in Madison Square Garden, we're in the tournament. So it could happen.
UConn the rest of the players. There's no way UConn's not a
You say that?
Yes. Yes, 100%. We will be in as like the last team.
You're putting them in if they beat UConn.
Yeah, they're in. We'll jump
nobody
Villanova.
Has Butler on their, no one has Butler on their bubble.
But watch how fast they just write that name in with pen.
If you beat UConn, you might as well just try to win the whole Big East.
Well, no, we would lose the next game probably because that's how kids are. But if we beat UConn, which we could do, we play them kind of tough, we could win it all. And by win it all, I mean get in the tournament. That's it all.
A Butler, Michigan State, Dayton, first 4 game.
Oh my God, cinema! I'd be there.
I wouldn't even want to watch it.
That is
I would
cinema.
be so nervous that if we lost,
Butler, Michigan State, and then the other night is going to be Ohio State and who else? Who do you want to pick? Ohio State.
I live for Wyatt's text. Like, what do my Buckeyes need to do? We still need to win it all, or we?
Ohio State can have our seed.
I couldn't believe why I had to ask. He thought Ohio State was just magically on the bubble now. After they
just keep knocking off big teams. They beat Purdue. They beat Purdue.
Doesn't mean you just get to be on the bubble.
They got to keep Diebler. Their coaching search is done.
That'd be a disaster.
Why? I'll take him.
Dude,
a good coach.
They play for him. That are just playing. They're just playing loose because Holtman's gone.
So the NFL got crazy today. Is it still going crazy? Is anything wild happen?
I haven't seen anything.
I don't want to sound like an idiot on air because I don't know the latest. It was around this time last year when we got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson late in the night. I don't see anything serious. Oh, the Vikings have shown interest in Aaron Jones. That's funny because I actually thought about that when he got released from Green Bay. I was like, oh, I wonder if he would just stay in the division.
Find a new punter.
Okay.
Tommy Townsend's out?
Yep, he's going to the Texans.
He's a good player.
Oh, yeah, because the Chiefs took that guy that was falsely accused or wrongly accused of rape, and I think he got back in the NFL. Matt Araiza.
He's the only punter left on their roster.
Can you guys give me an NFL free agent rundown real quick? Who went where?
So it started off, Dangerous went to the Steelers for $1 million.
I saw that.
And Saquon's an Eagle. That's pretty huge.
I saw that.
Eckler's a Commander. Swift's a Bear.
Josh Jacobs
Devin Singletary's
Swift
is a Bear.
Is a
Bear.
A good chunk of money to be a Bear.
$8 million a year to be a Bear.
So we have Montgomery and they have Swift. What a weird world.
And the Vikings are going to have Aaron Jones.
Who was before Swift?
Josh Jacobs
is a Packer.
Packer for $12 million.
So was
Jacoby Brissett's a Patriot.
Xavier McKinney, I think, is a Packer. Brian Burns is a Giant. They traded a lot. Not a lot, actually, but they traded
Kirk is a Falcon.
Well, they gave him $150 million.
Kirk's a Falcon.
Kirk goes for $180 million.
Moondogs. No, that's in Nashville. Or no, that's in Atlanta.
I wish Kirk didn't go there.
It's in Atlanta.
Eckler, Commander, you said.
I'm pulling up a
defensively,
list.
I don't know. It was more offense and like
Tristan
linemen.
Wilkins,
Baker
Cody's
back
brother.
to the Bucks.
Cody's brother's getting
guards
to the Raiders.
It was crazy.
$27 million from the Raiders. Everybody thought Justin Fields was about to be a Raider, and then they're like, you know what? We're just going to sign Gardner Minshew instead. Diana Rossini's out here saying that the Bears and Raiders are about to trade, and then boom, next thing you know, Gardner Minshew's a Raider. Leonard Floyd's a 49er. Eric Armstead's a free agent.
Antonio Gibson, who I thought would be good, is a Patriot.
Michael Huff, who is just an edge rusher on third downs, is getting a ridiculous amount of money from the Eagles.
Gabe Davis to the Jags.
Yeah, Jay Washer.
The Vikings
paying wash players.
The Vikings paid a lot for an edge rusher from the Texans, like Grenard or something. They paid a lot of money for him.
And
I never heard of him.
Andrew Van Ginkel has been signed too.
And a bunch of offensive linemen.
Austin Eckler's a Commander.
They got bags.
Antonio Gibson's, I think, is a Patriot.
Dude, our guy Zach Ertz is already out the door. He went to the Commanders.
Yeah, he's been on them for a while.
Disgusting.
That happened.
Well, so you might be wondering, guys, what did we do? Well, we locked up Graham Glasgow. Was the first thing we did before this day got going. We re-signed him to a pretty reasonable deal, I would say.
6-7 million.
Then we let Jonah Jackson walk to the Rams, which I think obviously they had to make a decision between those two. We'll take Glasgow cheaper because he was more durable. We can't probably pay both.
Jonah's probably better.
Now, obviously, left guard. I disagree with you. Left guard.
He's never healthy.
Potentially. I mean, Glasgow was good, like really good towards the end of the year.
He's reliable. There's no doubt.
We need a guard, probably a left guard, if we're just going to stay by their positional alignment. We're interested in a couple guys, is what like some rumors were, but I think this is just Brad Holmes' MO. He's not going to get caught chasing people. He got Marcus Davenport, which I don't love it. I'm not going to sit here and crap on anything Brad Holmes does because I owe him a lot of happiness. He's brought me a lot of happiness. So the only thing I'll say about Marcus Davenport is they paid him like they actually expect him to play a good chunk. He's been injured quite a bit. He started out the season last year actually pretty good for the Vikings. He played 4 games before he hurt his ankle and missed the rest of the year. But he did have 2 sacks in those 4 games and a couple good amount of tackles and whatnot. So he had about a sack every other game to start the year, but just shaky. And I don't like that. As long as that's not the move, like we still draft a guy or we make another move to get Hutchinson help, I'll be okay with it. But that alone is not like excited about. If that's like, hey, this is going to be hopefully our next Charles Harris. Can we get 1 season out of him, or can we basically combine the Okoro brothers together and get some production? Fine. But they gave him not an insignificant chunk of money for 1 year. So,
but that's our MO. 1 year prove it deals. We've done that every year.
Yeah, but we didn't get him on a discount.
There's good players out there. It's all about the guaranteed money. Was he fully guaranteed?
Alex's favorite player, Jeffrey Okudah, signed with the Texans.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
he's moving here.
I love that for Raheem Morris' system. I think he could actually do well.
Hope he doesn't see me at a bar.
And then was that a threat? That seems like a threat, Alex.
I'm not a Jeff Okudah fan.
If you're looking for the peak of Marcus Davenport, he played 11 games in 2021, had 9 sacks.
I liked him pre-draft.
I liked him pre-draft.
First round pick.
Watch his college tape.
I was like, wow, this guy's athletic. He's good. But
the most games he's ever played in a year is 15. The rest are 13, 13, 11, 11, and 4. So that's also a common theme to the guy we traded for, Carlton Davis.
Before we talk about him, there's rumors out there that he's just he's getting lazy and out of shape, though, Davenport. But he's reuniting with his former coaches.
He's a Glenn guy for sure. Yeah, so maybe Glenn can fire him up. Yeah. Now for Carlton, which is, first of all, it's a tough name. Like if Carlton gets beat a lot in coverage, that's not the name you want in the group chat when we're just getting mad at people. Yeah, like, oh, come on, Carlton, play better. It doesn't strike fear in the opponent.
Come on, CD. Come on, what are you doing?
He's a good player, though.
You guys want the bright side or do you want the downside?
I want the bright side of what were his stats against the Lions in the NFC divisional round.
Well, I don't know about just that game, but I do know he tortured Jared Goff, and Jared Goff completed like barely any passes against him last year. So we helped out our own quarterback, if anything. Let me find that. There was a lot of
into being a Lions player.
Okay. Kyle Menke tweeted, in 2 games against Detroit last season, Carlton Davis was targeted 9 times by Jared Goff. He allowed 29 yards.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Other good things, Jamar Chase was on record saying he's the toughest corner he's ever gone against in his career. So that's pretty good praise from a very good receiver. And then here's another thing for you guys. Assuming that we end up playing more man coverage this year, which is something that I think Aaron Glenn kind of told the players after the season that he would like to get back to playing more man defense. Davis, this is from Will Birchfield. Davis was second in the NFL over the last 5 seasons with 69 passes defensed. Nice. And has excelled in man coverage. His passer rating in 2023 in man coverage was 66.7. To give you 2 comparison points, L'Jarius Sneed's was 64 and Cam Sutton's was 98.9.
Is Cam Sutton under contract?
Yes. We signed him for, I think, at least like 3 years when we did that deal.
Crazy how good he was the first half of the year. Crazy how not good he was at the end.
Yeah, I'm still fully in on Cam Sutton. Still in on Cam Sutton. I like him.
CD Deuce going to Philadelphia?
I don't know. You guys want the downsides?
No.
$14 million on the cap.
He's old. That cap number doesn't seem that bad.
I don't think 27's old. Is 27 old?
Oh, I guess that's not that bad.
Got a high cap. We got to pay him. Assuming, I think we're going to extend him. It'd be kind of weird to trade a 3rd round pick and not extend the guy. So I'm pretty sure we're going to pay him more
6-round
money.
Picks in return with him.
Yep. The good news of the trade is we gave up our 3rd round pick, not the Vikings 3rd round pick. So we gave up our worst 3rd round pick.
Smart.
It's still a top 100 pick.
Chestnut checkers, Brad. Chestnut checkers.
Downside is Carlton Davis. His stats, his regression is pretty clear over the last few years. So going back to 2019 would be the peak of his career. He had 19 passes defensed. Since then, he's gone 18, 11, 12, and 9 in 2023. And if I read you off, so we talked about with Davenport, right? The most amount of games he's ever played in a season was 15. The most Carlton Davis has ever played in a season is 14. His games have gone 13, 14, 14, 10, 13, 12. He will probably not play all of our games, and he'll probably miss at least 4 of them if we're going off of his career. So that is the downside.
Just miss him early or miss him in the middle.
It's not great. It's not great. My gut says ultimately...
Was that last for you, Evan?
Oh my God, scared the shit out of me.
Holy dude.
What happened?
Oh my God. That was the Paul Atreides voice. That was terrifying. Oh my God.
Something on your end like skipped or jumped, and it was like your voice came out like a quick second, and it was like inside of our brain.
It's like in my head, in my melon. Your internet is struggling bad. Like,
my point was if this if he is envisioned to be our cornerback 1 for the year, I think we're still in trouble in the secondary. But if we draft a kid high and he's kind of cornerback 1A, 1B, cornerback 2, I think we're in a good spot. That's about it.
Cam Sutton, Carlton Davis, young player Brian Branch. I mean, that seems pretty good, right? Compared to Cam Sutton, Vildor, random next guy up, Jerry Jacobs on one leg. Like, that's all better. It's an
100. Yeah, I think using a top 100 pick on a play like this is what we needed to do, especially in this window. But I'm just saying, I'm not viewing this as like a strength of our defense yet until I see who that young player you mentioned is. If we can see him early, be good, then I'm like, okay.
We also have Emmanuel Mosley that I'm sure the coaches are high on. If he ever can get back to it, I doubt it based on the injuries he's had.
Yeah, and you never want to give up on someone, but I'm almost going into the season pretending he's not on the roster. Like, he's just going to have to surprise me that, like, oh, he's back.
Sure.
Anyone that you guys were really bummed that we didn't acquire?
Yes. I really wanted Cody Wilkins, Christian Wilkins. Because he is a menace. Not only is he good at football, but he also is just kind of like a on the football field. I think he would have been nice to have on our team. Nicodomicon Sue, like anger levels. But
hello?
Yeah. Is Grant frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen on my screen.
I thought he was just being some sarcastic the whole time.
I don't know if there's anybody I really, really wanted. I'm the penny pitcher and like look at the cap nonstop for out of us. And so I don't know if
I don't even know if you understand it.
I do understand it, Alex. You have to pay players. You have to pay players if you want them on your team. I get that. But I don't know about $27 million for a defensive tackle. I don't know if I'm doing that.
What do you guys think about him? Amon-Ra's $27 million a year.
He deserves it.
My dad thinks he's underpaid.
Right now?
No, yes. Like 27 because that's like
currently, yes, he's making less than $1 million. So yeah, he's underpaid.
His new one's going to be like spit the sixth highest.
What I'm pissed off about that, Alex, now that we brought it up, is that we haven't signed him yet, and wide receivers are getting contracts. Like, you sign him before he just waits for the market, and he's like, well, I'm better than all these players, so give me the top.
If he's smart enough, he's probably holding out on putting pen to the paper for that reason.
Well, if you're smart enough, you give him a...
Or, Evan, counter, is Brad big bringing it and waiting for the Vikings to extend Jefferson so we can go low, like well lower and be like, well, you can't get that much money on it. Let's get back down on planet Earth here.
I would set the market.
Maybe that won't work.
I would definitely set it.
Set the market to F the Vikings. Be like, well, the Vikings, you have to pay him because we paid this.
Never wait.
No, it's always going to be worse if you wait.
Where do you think T. Higgins will end up? I like him as a player, but I don't think he really fits for us. I would want him.
Well, here's the question that I saw today is what people were floating around. Let me pull it up for you.
He's going to go to some average team that nobody really cares about.
He seems like a great fit for Jacksonville. It's where every receiver goes.
I completely froze there, by the way, too. I think you were talking about Christian Wilkins. I'm guessing, though, Alex.
Yeah, talked about him. Who I wanted.
Do you believe in this? The Lions should send our first round pick, 29 overall, for this? Because that's what you'd have to do.
No.
I don't think it because
you'd have to pay him a fat contract as big as Amon-Ra, if not bigger. So I do not want him on our team.
No, not for that price. I mean, if he was free, I'd love him.
You need to send your assets to better resource the team overall.
J-Mo,
I agree.
Year 3. Basically,
I think you can get production out of younger kids, like drafting somebody, J-Mo stepping up. I think there's other positions of need that you need to put money.
Neon Keon, Spartan Dog for life would be awesome.
Now you're just copying my whole text.
Except, Grant, he's a Spartan Dog for life, of which you are not. Of which Evan and I are.
That's disingenuous because you don't even like him. You guys were friend Cody were bad mouthing his return. You were bad mouthing his return to East Lansing. So don't play the MSU for life card. Evan posted him on a story. Evan can say that. You can't.
I don't think I badmouthed him. I was just underwhelmed by the guest. I thought it was going to be Nick Saban, and it was Keon Coleman. I don't think I said anything mean about Keon.
It's Keon Coleman. What a letdown. That doesn't seem very nice to me. That's a letdown
because I thought it was going to be Nick Saban. That's not anything against Keon.
I wrote he could start for them. You dislike that, meaning you don't believe in his basketball abilities.
Meaning you were being mean to my shitty basketball team that I'm allowed to be mean to, but you're not allowed to be mean to.
The most damning piece of evidence, friend of the pod, Cody, said that's a special guest, could care less. Oh, who emphasized that text message? Alex. Could care less. That your Spartan dog for life is bad.
Keon Coleman as a football player. That's never not been true. I was the biggest Keon Coleman person when he was a high schooler, and he was a 3-star recruit, and I was like, he's going to be awesome. And everyone's like, no one knows who he is.
Yep, we got him in a pickle. Let's get into the St. Patrick's Day draft, probably the most anticipated draft we've ever done on the show.
The dumbest one we've ever done on the show.
Get you in the mood to get drunk. We're going to pull this up. Alex, since you always get your pants in a bunch, what number would you like, 1 through 10?
4.
Alex is 4. Evan, what would you like?
I'll take 9.
Okay. I'm going to take 2. Okay, so starting at 5, we'll click 9. Evan,
I'll take the
buy a lotto ticket. Evan's gonna go first in the St. Patrick's Day draft. All right, now it's between Alex and I. Whose number comes up? Oh, I gotta click over here. 1, 5, 9, 1, 2. Do I want to go second or do I want to go third? I feel like third is sneaky good in a draft like this.
I don't even have a big board, so you should go last.
I'm going straight off the dome, Alex.
I don't have anything. I have my. I don't even know if I have enough things to. How many picks do we have? I don't
5.
Have. Oh yeah, I won't have 5 things.
I'm good. I'm loaded.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go third then because I think Alex is gonna do super bad at this. So I'm gonna be
horrendous.
Third.
Horrendous.
All right. So to set the stage, snake draft, obviously. So Evan goes, then Alex, then I get 2 picks, and then vice versa. It goes back down the line. There are no categories to this draft. You can get creative. You can double dip. Like if you want to pick 2 different types of drinks that you associate. Really all it is things, moments, activities, anything that makes you think of St. Patrick's Day for this draft. So without further ado, Evan, start us off.
1A,
my number 1 is Darties. Day parties with the boys.
With the boys,
if you know, you know.
Girls.
No girls. Just you live for the good weather and shout out 2022. No.
What did we do in 22?
2022, 72 degrees on St. Patrick's Day was the only day that week and the week after where it was in the 70s. Nothing but sunshine. It was a Thursday afternoon. Never forget it.
That's insane. You normally do not get that ever, especially this year. It's going to be terrible, I believe, this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be miserable.
Wow. It's a great pick. I had day drinking on my list, so I'm going to cross that one out. Great pick, Evan.
Congrats, Grant. You're the only one with a list. Pick number 2. I'll select green beer. Green beer.
Bad pick.
How is that a bad pick?
I think it's overrated, but it's associated with. It's a good pick because it's noteworthy, but I just think it's not on my board.
Could you imagine having a draft and then one of the people also drafting just shits on every pick you make? Because that's what you do to me every single time we play.
Yeah, that's part of it. You gotta try to bring other people down as well, or hype them up if it's good. I told Evan, great pick. I told you, bad pick.
Let's just keep in mind for the listeners that Grant creates these drafts and then sends us the list while we're working, and then we have no time to prep for anything. Meanwhile, he's prepped for it for like a week.
No,
Just want people to know that he did that with the March Madness draft last week, which was pretty disrespectful. Mm-hmm. You sent it the morning of the day we were doing the podcast, and we were.
Yeah, but I didn't think about my list until I got home from work. And same today. I did not write down my list until I got on this call.
5 minutes after I get home from work.
Well, whose fault is that? You're on Central Time.
Yours, because you guys can't stay up late.
I could stay up all night.
So Grant rigs these drafts. That's I just want to make sure. So go ahead, Grant.
All right. I'm going to take a huge homer pick, but I also think it's genuine to me. East Lansing, Michigan.
Bad pick.
Is my pick.
Bad pick.
That's mean of you, Alex. You went to school there.
No, I think it's a quality pick.
You did. You don't deserve that pick. Bad pick.
I think it's a great pick because most of my best St. Patrick's Day's memories have taken place in this city.
All of them.
That's what I associate because normally Butler would be on the spring break schedule where my spring break would be after your guys and it'd be on St. Patrick's Day weekend. So I would come to Michigan State to enjoy that big school feel on a drinking day. And also it's a college that's primary color is green, which adds a whole another dynamic of how invested the students are. What?
Green. It could be. Green could be an item.
Okay. East Lansing, Michigan.
Great time.
Great place to do Evan's first pick, Darty.
Pick
Great
your
place
next
to do that.
item.
Rare. Okay. I'm just going to stick to what I know. My second pick is March Madness. This always happens.
Horrible pick.
Almost always on this weekend. I associate almost an overload. I've complained about it a lot.
Yeah, you complain about these two things being together, and now you're drafting it as St. Patrick's Day draft. What a joke you are!
I think it's associated strongly with that, and there still are some great moments with March Madness overlapping. In an ideal world, they'd be separated, but typically they're not, and that's just the way the calendar works.
Okay.
To you, Alex.
I'm just gonna take the classic stuff. Let's take beads. Beads. I feel like everybody on St. Patrick's Day is just wearing green beads. It just feels like it's part of it. And if you don't have beads, you're kind of a loser.
Hey, Alex. Good pick.
Thanks, Grant. I knew you'd like that one because you usually give me beads.
Evan's laughing at something. What is he?
I'm just laughing at that pick was horrendous. That's what I'm laughing at. That's what I'm laughing at.
Dude, I'm just trying to win the draft. People see a picture of beads.
You lost it already. You might as well quit. Give up.
They see a picture on Instagram, green beard, people hot girls wearing beads. I'm going to win.
You didn't say that. You didn't say hot girls and beads. You said dudes and beads.
I didn't say dudes and beads either. I just said beads. What's your shitty pick, Evan?
All right, here we go. I'm going to take Irish whiskey on St. Patrick's Day.
How many times have you drank Irish whiskey on St. Patrick's Day?
Every single one.
Never.
Every single one, because I'm going to turn around and give me Guinness on the turn. Because you combine those two, boom, you get an Irish car bomb. So
your pick again. You were better off.
I took Irish whiskey and Guinness. Those are my next two picks.
You just took Guinness.
I'm taking Irish whiskey and Guinness.
Right.
Strong to go with your Darty. That's a strong combo right now. We're blacked out by pick 3 in Evan's draft with a heavy stomach.
Heavy stomach.
But Alex is in the bathroom right now because he's drinking green beer and it's running right through him.
Like I said, this draft is not for me. I don't even know what to pick. I don't even know what's out there. It's bad. This is bad.
That's embarrassing.
I know what Grant's picking next. I know 100% what Grant's picking next.
You know what he's picking next?
I know what Grant's picking next. Absolutely. I have him read like a book right now.
I don't even know what I'm picking next.
I'm sorry, I gotta do some research real quick.
This is so unprofessional.
62nd
Bad
tier.
podcasting. Bad podcasting.
Oh man, what do I have? I already stink. Let's just go with something that I think of: Michigan State jerseys because they're green on St. Patrick's Day. How about that?
Okay, that's a good
Green
pick.
jerseys. Should I be more specific or less specific?
Up to you. What do you want? Pen's on paper right now. I'm about to write it in.
I'll go jerseys. Just jerseys.
Green
Green,
jerseys.
obviously, yeah. Because the Mighty
Okay.
Ducks jerseys really get brought out too. So
So I feel like you guys have cornered the market on booze for this holiday, which ideally I would have some on my board, but I don't think I'm going to force it. What I am going to take is a party element. I'm going to take those shot glass necklaces. I'm
dude,
taking
that's
those.
beads, bro.
I don't think so. I don't
Those are
I think
beads.
it's different.
No, I get that. That was in my beads.
I don't know. I think I get that shot glass necklace because you
Dude,
get
those
to
are
get
beads
drunk.
with a shot glass connected to it. That is beads. That is no. That's not mine.
Well,
that's not mine.
Evan will have to be the
Whoa.
ruler on this 3-person panel.
Oh, he's not gonna
Vote for Grant because Alex, you never brought it up once while you were discussing your beads. If you would have brought that up
I
while you were
thought it was
discussing your
well
beads, no, I'm sorry.
That seems like a reach.
That's actually a really good point. I was thinking Evan was just going to do it to piss Alex off, but that's a very valid point that if you had said shot glass, I would have crossed it
Alex,
off my
also,
list.
when you're at Titty City in Faster Horses, when you're putting beads up there, or any of them have shot glasses on them,
I'm just thinking specifically. There's pictures of me with beads with a shot glass on them, and we
know you're a big bead guy.
Last year, Evan, we both wore shot glass once.
yeah, because I walked into the Harper's, and they gave me one.
Yes, and we wore them. We drank out of them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm not denying this.
My fourth pick on the wraparound is... Ooh, I don't know how I want to word it. I'm just going to take the song. I'm just going to take Shipping Up to Boston. That is a great song. Specifically, first thing you do when you wake up in the morning to get ready for your day of drinking. Shout out to Evan's first pick. But that song hits on St. Patrick's Day.
Smart.
By Dropkick Murphys.
Is it my pick now?
No, it's mine.
Alex's.
Oh.
He's got
I
nothing.
feel like the only thing I know about St. Patrick's Day is drinking, sports, jerseys, and beads. It's all gone. All that stuff's gone. nothing left to take.
There's a food pick that's really popular. It's not my favorite.
I don't
No
eat on
spoilers,
St.
but-
Patrick's Day. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
I've
thought you
ever
were gonna
eaten
take
St.
that.
Patrick's Day.
I
Mm.
thought that's what I was saying. I read you like a book. I
There's
thought
a
you were taking
food
that
on St.
100%.
Patrick's Day people eat.
Oh, just because I like it at
Absolutely.
Big Boy. I don't know if I like it the way they do it on St. Patrick's Day, though.
I saw you down a full plate of it at Flapjacks once, and I was so jealous of you.
Country skillet,
No.
corned beef hash.
But it's not hash, so that's the part I don't like. Alex, honestly, taking corned beef and cabbage would be so on brand for how shitty your draft
I'm
is.
not taking those. Dude, I said from the beginning my draft was garbage. Evan took darting, which encompasses everything I would have taken within that.
False.
There's a sneaky good one. I don't think any of us have ever really done it on this day, but it's very popular for this day.
It's an activity.
Yes.
Well, pinching people. That's not my pick. Just
No, but that's not a bad pick. No spoilers.
I'm gonna say keg stands.
Okay. Feels
I'm just gonna
That's a
play
good
to the
party.
people. They see a picture of a hot girl doing a keg stand with her beads on. They're like, that guy won a draft.
You're a sexist.
I want to
pig.
find the ugliest dude. I'm gonna find the ugliest dude doing a keg stand.
No, dude, find a hot mom doing a keg stand.
Evan, you get to finish your draft.
Oh, I'm gonna get 2 picks. I'm gonna say bar hopping. Bigger cities
Okay.
they bar hop during on St.
I was
Patrick's
gonna
Day.
say we can't bar hop, or we
Bigger
have
cities
never
bar hop, and then my 5th and final pick. play to what's happened recently, I'm going to take Cillian Murphy, fellow Irishman. So I'm just going to take Cillian Murphy.
But yeah,
like
watch
that.
Peaky Blinders.
As somebody that can rally the troops, he's from Ireland, so I'm taking him. A little recency bias there.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to take Leprechauns.
Nice. Classic. Good for you.
Thanks. I think I finished my draft strong.
Anything about him specifically?
Feels like it represents St. Patrick's Day.
I'm between two.
You can have both.
One is visually appealing, and one's an activity that was already mentioned.
Then I would take the visually appealing one, I guess. Stop doing that.
I'm going to stick true to me. What I enjoy seeing every St. Patrick's Day, I like seeing the Chicago River getting
that was actually on my board that I had in my head the last few minutes. And I was like, if I take that as disingenuine, because I'd never been there on St. Patrick's Day.
This is cool. Pinching people was the one I was thinking about, just because it's more funny to do when you're young. But it's people still do it now. Like if you see a friend not wearing green, you pinch them
for that pick. That would have been the worst.
I feel like Evan would be a big pincher if he sees you not wearing green. He'll pinch you. The other one, Alex, I feel like I thought of was
green eggs and ham. I thought of that.
St. Patrick's Day is a big like get into fights day, so I feel like that would be
just because of
fun one I take.
One time when no one even fought. Get out of here!
No, I forgot that was on St. Patrick's Day weekend. I was just thinking in general, just like get in a fight.
I was gonna take Irish car bombs, but
I've just cornered the market.
But not because I like them, because they're the nastiest thing ever. They're
not
gross.
that bad.
It's curdled milk. It's disgusting.
Milk. It's the
I think Evan might win this one. We don't always read them out loud, but let's read them out loud just because I want to get to Alex's. Evan took Dirty with the Boys, Irish Whiskey,
with
Guinness,
the boys only.
Bar hopping, Cillian Murphy.
No drama, Alex.
That's a great point.
Grant took East Lansing, Michigan, March Madness, Shot Glass Necklace, Shipping Up to Boston, Chicago River Green.
Mine might be better than Grant's. Grant's is good.
Grant's is strong.
Alex took Leprechauns, Beads.
That's a good pick.
Green beer.
Good pick.
Green jerseys.
And a keg stand. I mean, I'm not too mad about that.
Have you ever done a keg stand on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know. Well, I feel like yes. Did we do keg stands the one time we had a keg on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah. No, that was Halloween.
No, we had a keg, Evan, that you were not there that year.
Oh, yeah. Thanks
Is it the one we tried to go with to that sketchy store and it was closed, and then Matt had to go get it the next day?
Yes. We had a keg.
And no one really drank out of it until late at night.
We drank the whole keg in the one day.
Late at night. We didn't drink anything during the day, I don't think, though.
No, we did. It was gone in one day.
Cheers to episode 158 and to Alex's strong performance tonight in the draft.
Cheers to Beads.
Cheers to Leprechauns.
I couldn't even say Beads with a straight face.